Hi everybody, it's the Lazy Eyed Modeler. I want to thank everyone for sitting through the eight portions, eight segments, eight whatevers of my coverage of NNL East. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who commented on those. I haven't been responding because there's so many of them, but I want to thank each and every one of you and for taking the time to watch them. I really hope you enjoyed the coverage. Um, I do so much because I want to try to show as much as I can on as many models as I can on the video coverage, because I don't take separate pictures. It's just impossible, even as it is, trying to videotape everything. Videotape again, trying to film everything. Um, as Dirk Pitt said, there's so many people. You can't do one big swing and cover everything. For me, I had to, keep doing it in sections, and sometimes you miss stuff because, well, there's too many people there. I'll come back to it and you forget. So I try to show as much as I can. I don't put music in it because I like the crowd sounds, and to me, it makes you feel like you're actually there at the show in a way. So I don't put music or anything to it. So I hope you don't mind that, and if you do, there's always the mute button on the computer, because sometimes I don't like the music on a video, and that's what I do. I'm going to do two wrap-up videos here. Basically, this one is going to be what I got, or what I acquired, and then I'll do just a last kind of summation, and hopefully that'll be it for NNL East. People must be out there, oh my god, enough already. So, what I acquired, first thing, and I do this every year, is the t-shirt from the show, and Cars of the 30s, and then the decals. They don't show the decal set, but that was the other main one. So this shirt is the Car of the 30s. I get one every year. It helps support the club. I figure if I enjoy going to it that much, the least I can do is show support. The other thing they did this year is they had a special gift for everybody that went to the show, because it was the 30th anniversary, and the special gift was this mug. On one side is the artwork from last year's show, which was Gasser's Life's a Gas and Then You Die. So Trosley did a Gasser hearse, and then NNL East 30. I'm sorry for the reflection. And then on the other side, the artwork for this year's show. So that was a free gift. All you had to do is fill in the information, and they gave it to you. So I'm gonna start with small and work up to bigger. Actually, at the end of the show, they had mugs left, and anybody could grab them. So I actually grabbed myself a second one, so I can have plenty of NNL East tea when I'm working in the workshop. From Jimmy Flintstone, I picked up 3 tiki head. I have some already that I need to work on, but these were different, I think, from the ones I have. And my fingers are in the way, but I can't think of a better way of showing them. Which finger is that? Okay. Anyway, tiki heads. Those are Jimmy Flintstone tiki heads, by the way. And I did get a Jimmy Flintstone catalog while I was at his booth. Small, so I said small. We'll start with small. I got a selection from Model Car Garage. They are the photo etch people. And I picked up 4 sets. One for the 61 Pontiac Ventura and / Catalina, because there's a Catalina coming out from Mobius. This is for the Mobius kit. 74 Torino detail set, so for your striped tomato there from Starsky and Hutch, that helps detail that car, whether you're doing Starsky and Hutch car or just a plain Torino. A nice detail set for the 67 to 72 Ford F100 for the Mobius kit. and a detail set for the 1950 Oldsmobile from Revell. So that'll be nice to add some detail to those kits. Some resin pieces. I don't know how well this will show, but this is a van, a Ford van from what was it, 63 to 67? The original Ford Econoline van. My father and my uncle had a van like this in the hardware store back in the 60s. It was a weird shade of green, but that's the way they were back then. And I've always wanted one of these, and the folks at RMR are doing these, and they're doing the truck version. So that is Race Motor Replicas, Ron Andrews, RMR as it's known. That's their folder. So that's really cool. I was happy to get that. There's some wheels from Steve Zimmerman. He does these great wheel sets. I mean, they're pricey, but I mean, you could spend hours trying to recreate these. And I don't know what projects I'll use them on, but I always pick up a couple sets, so I have some available. And if you want to look him up, he's on Facebook. I don't know if he goes by anything other than Steve Zimmerman, but you can try checking him out if you want some of his wheel sets. I've got stuff on both sides of me, sorry. I was good this year as far as paint. I only bought one. It's called Graphite Ice, and it's from Bob's Paints. He is on Facebook if you want to look him up. These are automotive paints, so they be like your House of Color paints, like Freddie is doing H-Town Model Shop to build right now. If you're in the Ohio area, you can look him up. He comes to some of the shows, I think the northern shows, and he makes some great color paints. There's a company out of England called C1 Models. They do conversion kits and whatnot, and they also have a metallizer powder. Now, I've read about this and it sounds really interesting. This comes in a little kit. There's a little bottle of powder and some pads for applying it. Here, I'll just show you. It's wrapped up, but there's a little container of silver powder. I've heard good things about it, so I've been wanting to try it. And that comes from C1 Models. And so yeah, if you're on Facebook there again, you can look them up at C1 Models. They also have their own website if you want to check them out. And another thing I got from them, they didn't even have a chance to label it, so I can only show you the baggie of parts. But this is a wide body kit for the C7 Corvette. So the Revell's, I guess all that's available is the Revell Snap kit. So that's to make that a wide body car. It's got different hood, the front and rear fender extensions and whatnot. I saw a picture of it online. I just thought it was really cool, and so I took an opportunity to pick that up. And also from them is this conversion kit, so that you can convert the Revell Rabbit or Golf kit that recently came out. You can use this kit to turn it into a caddy, or as they're known in the VW circles, the little Rabbit pickups that were out in the 80s. I always thought they were so cool. Between these and the Dodge Ram Page in Plymouth, did they call them Scamp? I forget what the Plymouth version was, but the little front-wheel drive based pickups that were out at the time. I was young then. I thought they were so cool. So that is another resin piece I picked up, and from Morgan Automotive Detailers, I picked up this '57 Ford four-door wagon. So this goes on the Del Rio kit, and you can convert your Del Rio kit from a 2-door to a 4-door wagon. I love wagons. I love mainstream subjects like this, and I just couldn't resist. I saw Chris on the Friday night at the Ramada Inn, and I've gotten to know him some, and he came over to me and he said, I've got a 4-door 57 wagon. I said, okay, I want one. So we picked that up. Motor City Resin Casters. I went to his booth wanting to pick up he makes a Holmes Wrecker kit that's perfect on the back of like the Mobius pickups, and or you can put it on other kits as well. But I've seen it on the back of a Ford pickup. It's a really great kit. I went there to get that, and then I spotted this, and I left the Wrecker behind, and I bought this. This is a 1963 Valiant wagon, and it's just so funky and not even mainstream, but I mean it's just a plain old wagon, and I think it's there again. I'm crazy, but I think it's cool. And while I was at it, I bought a slant six engine to go in this from Jeff Ballard at Motor City Resin Casters. So that'll be a neat project somewhere down the line. Now, before I get into kits, I think this is going to be a three-parter because we're already up to 11 minutes and counting. I just want to state something here, and it looks like I go to these shows and I go hog wild, but for us from here, from Canada, when we go down to the States to a show like that, um, like we pay so much for shipping to get any of this stuff up here that we can tend to get carried away because it's our chance to get on our hands on this stuff without paying shipping. Now somebody might argue, well, yeah, but by the time you pay gas and motel room and all that, well, the gas was split between four of us, the motel rooms between two each, and we're going there for the show itself. So we're going regardless. So as far as we're concerned, that's not an argument, but this is our chance, and that's why we're disappointed when like Model House and Replicas and Miniatures don't make it, because it's our chance to buy resin or kits or stuff without the shipping, because the shipping, from you guys in the States up to here can be really just out, ridiculous. Um, so we do tend to get a little carried away when we come down to a show like that, and the prices, even with the difference in our dollars, it's cheaper to buy and bring back with us. So I know sometimes you watch these videos and it looks like a bit much, and I guess it is. I'm retiring soon. I plan to spend a lot of time building, so I don't mind that I have a big stash and keep increasing it. I'm sorry if that offends some people, but it is what it is. Um, but it also explains why when we do, it's a lot of stuff. And I mean, some of my fellow travelers spent even a lot more than I did, mainly on resin, and some of them were older kits. I ended up picking newer kits. Um, Anyway, this is already up to 13 minutes, going on 14 minutes with my little intro. So I'm going to split this again, so there's going to be 3 wrap-ups here, and I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll do another one on the kits that I picked up, and then just a final summation. Okay, we'll see you in a bit.